a prayer to start the day. Good morning. The day ain't just another day, it's a gift, a fresh start, a new opportunity to go after everything we said we wanted. But before we rush out chasing success, let's pause, let's tap in, let's connect with the one who gave us breath this morning. Father, we thank you. Thank you for waking us up. Somebody didn't get that privilege today, but we did. That means you still got a plan, you still got a purpose, and you still got work for us to do. Give us strength, Lord, not just physical strength, but the kind that pushes us through when we feel like giving up, the kind that keeps us moving when we're tired, when we're doubting, when life hits us with obstacles. Give us wisdom, God, because it's not just about working hard, it's about working smart. Open our eyes to the opportunities you've placed before us. Help us recognize the people you've sent to guide us, and help us be a blessing to others along the way. Give us discipline, because motivation fades, but discipline keeps us moving. Help us stay locked in on our goals, our dreams, and most importantly, on you. And Lord, above all else, let us move with love. Let our words encourage, not tear down. Let our actions inspire, not discourage. Let our presence be a light in the darkness. This ain't just another day. This is our day. The day we step forward in faith, in purpose, and power. Let's go get it. Amen. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces we have access to. It is the foundation upon which a strong, purpose-driven life is built. Every single morning, before anything else, before the phone, before the emails, before the distractions, there must be gratitude. Waking up is a privilege. It is not something we are entitled to. There are people who laid down last night with plans for today, and they didn't wake up. There are people who had dreams, goals, things they wanted to accomplish, and they never got the chance. But we did. That means we still have work to do, we still have purpose, and we still have another opportunity to make an impact. Gratitude shifts our entire mindset. It takes us from a place of complaining to a place of appreciation. It removes the focus from what we lack and places it on what we have. Too often, people wake up and immediately start thinking about their problems. They think about what they don't have, what went wrong yesterday, what obstacles are in front of them. But when you start the day with gratitude, you change the lens through which you see the world. Instead of waking up thinking, I have to go to work, you say, I get to go to work. Instead of thinking, I have to deal with challenges, you say, I get the opportunity to grow. Gratitude transforms burdens into blessing. It is easy to take life for granted. The fact that we breathe without thinking, the fact that our hearts beat without us having to control them. These are miracles. Every single day, our bodies perform millions of functions that allow us to exist. And yet most people don't even acknowledge it. The ability to see, to hear, to walk, to talk, to think clearly. These are gifts. There are people who would give anything to have what we take for granted. Someone who lost their vision would love to see the sunrise. Someone who can no longer walk would love to take a single step. Someone who is battling illness would give anything to wake up feeling strong. When we recognize the small blessings, we start to see that we are more fortunate than we realize. Gratitude isn't just about recognizing the good. It's about training the mind to find the good in every situation. Life isn't always easy. There will be setbacks, losses, disappointments. But even in those moments, there is something to be grateful for. Every challenge brings a lesson. Every failure is an opportunity to grow. Every setback is a set up for a comeback. When we adopt an attitude of gratitude, we no longer see obstacles as reasons to quit. We see them as opportunities to build resilience. Think about the people in your life. Too often we assume they will always be there. We rush through life, caught up in our own problems, forgetting to appreciate the people who love and support us. But relationships are one of the greatest gifts we have. Family, friends, mentors. These are the people who shape us, who pour into us, who stand by us through the highs and lows. Gratitude means taking the time to acknowledge them, to express appreciation, to let them know it means not waiting until it's too late to say thank you or I love you. Opportunities are another thing we often overlook. Every single day presents a new opportunity to become better, to grow, to improve. The fact that we woke up means we have another shot at our dreams. It means we can make progress, even if it's just one step at a time. Some people let opportunities slip through their fingers because they're too focused on what's missing. They're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, the perfect situation. But gratitude allows us to see that we already have everything we need to start. We may not have all the resources, all the knowledge, all the connections, but we have breath in our lungs, we have time, and we have the ability to take action. Gratitude also builds resilience. When we develop the habit of finding something to be thankful for every single day, we become stronger. We become unshakable. Even when life throws difficulties our way, we don't crumble because we have built a mindset that focuses on what's right rather than what's wrong. Gratitude turns adversity into fuel. It allows us to keep moving forward even when things aren't perfect. It gives us the ability to say, this might be hard, but I'm still here. I'm still fighting. I'm still blessed. It's not just about saying thank you. It's about embodying gratitude in everything we do. It's about moving through life with an awareness of how fortunate we are. It's about treating people with kindness because we recognize the value of human connection. It's about working hard, not out of obligation, but out of appreciation for the opportunities we've been given. It's about making the most of every day because we understand that nothing is promised. When we wake up with gratitude, we approach life differently. We don't drag ourselves through the day. We embrace it. We don't take things for granted. We cherish them. We don't focus on what we lack. We maximize what we have. And when we do that, we unlock a level of peace, joy, and fulfillment that can't be shaken by circumstances. For strength is more than physical power. It is more than muscle, more than endurance, more than how much weight can be lifted or how far someone can run. Strength is about resilience, about perseverance, about the ability to keep going when life pushes back. Strength is waking up every day, no matter how tired, no matter how discouraged, no matter how much pain there is, and choosing to keep moving forward. Strength is not just something we are born with. It is something we build. It is something we develop through struggle, through challenges, through moments when giving up feels like the easier option. Every single day presents new challenges. Some are small, some are massive, but they all require strength to face. Some days the battle is internal, fighting against doubt, against fear, against the voice in the back of the mind that says, you're not good enough. Other days, the battle is external, unexpected circumstances, obstacles, setbacks, failures. Life does not get easier. Life will always test, always push, always challenge. But strength is not about avoiding the struggle. It is about facing it head on. Strength is about standing firm in the storm, refusing to let it break you. Strength does not come from comfort. It does not come from easy days, from smooth roads, from paths without obstacles. Strength comes from the struggle. It comes from the moments that stretch, that challenge, that push beyond what is comfortable. It comes from resistance. Just like a muscle grows through strain, through lifting heavy, through pushing past limits, inner strength is built the same way. It grows in moments of pain, in moments of exhaustion, in moments when quitting seems like the only option, but something deep inside refuses to stop. Strength is waking up tired, but showing up anyway. It is being knocked down and getting back up. It is hearing no, but still believing in the yes. Strength is built in the moments when nobody is watching, when nobody is cheering, when it's just an internal battle to keep pushing forward. Strength is making the decision every single day to keep moving, even when there is no motivation, even when there is no energy, even when there is no clear path forward. Strength is discipline. It is not about how someone feels in the moment. It is about the choices they make despite how they feel. Motivation fades. There will be days when energy is low, when inspiration is nowhere to be found. That is when strength takes over. That is when discipline steps in. Strength is about committing to the process, even when progress feels slow, even when results are not immediate, even when everything inside is screaming to stop. Strength is about trusting the process, believing that every step, every struggle, every challenge is shaping, is molding, is preparing for something greater. Strength is not just about endurance. It is about the mindset. It is about the perspective, about how obstacles are viewed. Some people see challenges and run. They see difficulty and back down. They let fear, let doubt, let uncertainty keep them from even trying. But strong people see obstacles as opportunities. They see resistance as growth. They see struggle as preparation. Strong people do not ask for an easy road. They ask for the strength to travel the hard one. They do not pray for fewer challenges. They pray for the resilience to overcome them. They do not wish for life to be easier. They demand that they become stronger. Strength is about faith. It is about believing that even when things do not go as planned, there is still purpose in the process. It is about trusting that every challenge is shaping, is refining, is building into something greater. Strength is knowing that failure is not the end, that setbacks are not permanent, that rejection is not a final answer. Strength is about pushing forward, even when there is no visible progress, even when the path is unclear, even when doubt creeps in. Strength is in the choices made every day. It is in choosing discipline over comfort, choosing growth over ease, choosing to push through instead of quitting. It is in the decision to show up, to give full effort, to keep moving forward, even when nothing seems to be working. Strength is not always loud. It is not always obvious. Sometimes strength is just the quiet decision to keep going when everything inside says to stop. Strength is built through adversity. Every difficult moment, every challenge faced, every battle fought adds to the foundation. It is built through struggle, through pushing past limits, through proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Strength is not something given. It is something earned. It is something developed through time, through effort, through moments when quitting was an option but was not chosen. Strength is built in the moments of struggle, in the moments of uncertainty, in the moments of pain. Strength is built when everything inside says stop, but something stronger says keep going. Wisdom is more than knowledge. It is more than information, more than facts, more than experience alone. Wisdom is the ability to take what is known, what has been learned, what has been experienced, and apply it in a way that leads to better decisions, greater growth, and stronger results. Wisdom is the difference between moving with purpose and moving without direction. It is the ability to see beyond the surface, beyond the moment, beyond the emotions, and recognize what is truly important. Every single day, choices must be made. Some seem small, some seem insignificant, but every decision has consequences. Every choice leads in a direction. Some choices bring closer to the goal, closer to success, closer to purpose, while others pull further away. Wisdom is the ability to recognize which path to take. It is the ability to slow down, to think, to analyze, to move strategically instead of impulsively. Without wisdom, people chase things that do not matter, invest time in things that do not serve them, and get distracted by things that have no value. Without wisdom, energy is wasted, potential is lost, and opportunities are missed. Wisdom does not come naturally. It is not something people are born with. It must be developed, earned, cultivated. It comes from learning, from listening, from observing. It comes from being open to correction, to feedback, to new perspectives. The wisest people are not the ones who think they have all the answers. They are the ones who are always seeking to grow, to improve, to gain deeper understanding. They do not assume they know everything. They ask questions. They seek guidance. They learn from those who have gone before them. Wisdom is knowing when to move and when to wait. Some people rush into things without thinking, without planning, without considering the consequences. They chase opportunities that are not meant for them. They make decisions based on emotion instead of strategy. They let impatience drive them, and they end up lost, stuck, or further behind than when they started. But wisdom is patience. Wisdom understands that not every opportunity is the right one. Wisdom knows that timing matters. It knows that preparation matters. It understands that sometimes the best move is to wait, to plan, to build, to get stronger before taking action. Wisdom is also knowing when to act. Some people wait too long. They hesitate, they overthink, they wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, the perfect situation. They let fear keep them from moving. They let doubt convince them they are not ready. They tell themselves they need more time, more resources, more validation. But wisdom recognizes that perfect conditions do not exist. It understands that waiting too long can mean missing out. It knows that at some point, action must be taken, risks must be embraced. Steps must be made. Wisdom is learning from mistakes. Everyone fails. Everyone makes bad decisions. Everyone has moments where they look back and wish they had done something differently. But the difference between the wise and the foolish is what happens after the mistake. Some people repeat the same errors over and over again. They refuse to take responsibility. They refuse to change. They blame circumstances, blame other people, blame everything except themselves. But wisdom learns. It looks at mistakes as lessons. It analyzes what went wrong, what could have been done better, what should be avoided in the future. Wisdom turns failures into stepping stones instead of roadblocks. Wisdom is knowing who to listen to. Not all advice is good advice. Not everyone has the right perspective. Some people speak from fear, from insecurity, from their own failures and limitations. They project their doubts onto others. They discourage, they mislead. They give advice that keeps people stuck instead of pushing them forward. But wisdom discerns. It knows how to filter out negativity, how to recognize truth, how to seek guidance from those who have real experience, real knowledge, real success. Wisdom surrounds itself with the right people, with mentors, with those who challenge, who inspire, who elevate. Wisdom is knowing what to focus on. There are distractions everywhere: social media, negativity, gossip, things that waste time, things that drain energy. Some people chase everything and catch nothing. They jump from one thing to another, never mastering, never finishing, never growing. But wisdom focuses. It knows what is important. It knows where to invest time, where to put energy, where to build. It is disciplined. It does not let distractions take priority over purpose. It does not get caught up in things that do not matter. It locks in on the mission, on the goal, on what will bring real success. Wisdom is not about being the smartest person in the room. It is not about knowing every fact, every detail, every statistic. It is about understanding life, understanding people, understanding self. It is about knowing how to navigate challenges, how to adapt, how to keep growing no matter what. Wisdom is what separates those who struggle from those who thrive. It is what allows people to rise, to succeed, to make an impact that lasts. Discipline is the foundation of success. It is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who only dream about them. Discipline is not about how someone feels in the moment. It is about the choices they make, regardless of how they feel. It is about doing what needs to be done, even when motivation is gone, even when excitement fades, even when there is no immediate reward. Discipline is the ability to stay locked in, to stay consistent, to stay committed, no matter what obstacles arise. Many people rely on motivation to get started, but motivation is temporary. It is based on emotion, and emotions change. One day, motivation is high, energy is strong, excitement is real. The next day, doubt creeps in, fatigue sets in, distractions appear. That is where most people stop. That is where most people give up. But discipline pushes through. Discipline keeps going when motivation is gone. Discipline does not ask, do I feel like it? It asks, is it necessary? Discipline is built through daily habits. It is not about making one big decision and expecting everything to change overnight. It is about the small choices made every single day. It is about waking up early when it would be easier to sleep in, It is about putting in work when no one is watching. It is about making sacrifices, cutting out distractions, staying focused on the mission. Discipline is built in the moments when it would be easier to take the easy way out, but the harder path is chosen instead. Discipline requires self-control. It requires the ability to say no to things that do not serve the goal. It requires the ability to resist temptation, to ignore distractions, to stay focused, even when everything around is trying to pull attention away. Most people struggle because they let their feelings dictate their actions. They let their moods control their discipline. If they feel tired, they skip the work. If they feel discouraged, they slow down. If they feel uninspired, they quit. But discipline is not based on feelings. It is based on commitment. It is based on a decision to keep moving forward no matter what. Discipline is what creates consistency. Success does not come from bursts of effort. It comes from sustained effort over time. It comes from showing up day after day, even when progress feels slow, even when results are not immediate, even when doubt tries to take over. Some people give up too soon. They expect quick results. They want instant gratification. But discipline understands that real success takes time. It understands that mastery is built through repetition, through effort, through patience. Discipline is about prioritization. It is about understanding what matters most and making sure time and energy are spent on the right things. Many people struggle because they spread themselves too thin. They try to do everything but end up accomplishing nothing. Discipline is about focus. It is about knowing what is essential, cutting out the unnecessary, and dedicating full effort to what will bring real progress. It is about setting clear goals, creating a plan, and executing that plan with relentless commitment. Discipline is about accountability. It is easy to make excuses. It is easy to blame circumstances, to blame other people, to blame bad luck. But discipline takes full responsibility. It does not allow excuses. It does not wait for the perfect moment. It does not rely on external validation. Discipline holds itself to a higher standard. It recognizes that success is not given, it is earned. And it is earned through effort, through consistency, through an unwavering commitment to the process. Discipline is about sacrifice. It is about giving up short-term pleasure for long-term success. It is about choosing work over comfort, choosing growth over ease, choosing purpose over distraction. Many people want success, but they are not willing to sacrifice for it. They want results, but they do not want to give up their bad habits. They want to grow, but they do not want to leave their comfort zones. But discipline understands that there is a price for success, and that price must be paid with effort, with focus, with dedication. Discipline is about mental toughness. It is about training the mind to push through when things get hard. It is about developing the ability to endure discomfort, to embrace struggle, to keep going even when it feels impossible. The greatest achievers in any field did not get there because things were easy. They got there because they refused to quit. They got there because they showed up every single day, no matter how they felt, no matter how difficult it was, no matter what obstacles stood in their way. Discipline is the ultimate key to success. It is what turns potential into achievement. It is what separates the average from the exceptional. It is what allows people to stay locked in on their goals, to push through adversity, to keep moving forward no matter what challenges arise. Focus is the difference between success and mediocrity. It is the ability to lock in on a goal, eliminate distractions, and give full attention to what truly matters. Focus is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for average. Without focus, energy is scattered, progress is slow, and potential is wasted. But when focus is mastered, everything changes. Effort becomes more effective. Goals become clearer. Success becomes inevitable. Focus is not just about working hard. Many people work hard but see little progress because their efforts are divided. They jump from one thing to another, never fully committing, never truly mastering. They start something with excitement, but as soon as they face a challenge, they lose interest and move on to something else. But real success requires deep focus. It requires the ability to stay locked in, to keep pushing forward, to resist the urge to chase every new idea, every new opportunity, every easy distraction. Focus requires discipline. The world is filled with distractions, social media, entertainment, negativity, comparison, everywhere. Something is pulling attention away from what matters. Most people do not fail because they lack talent or intelligence. They fail because they lack focus. They allow distractions to consume their time, their energy, their mental space. They get caught up in things that have no real value. But those who master focus understand the power of saying no. They understand that not everything deserves their attention. They recognize that every moment spent on distractions is a moment stolen from their dreams. Focus is about knowing what truly matters. Many people waste time on things that do not contribute to their growth, their success, or their purpose. They get lost in unnecessary drama, in meaningless activities, in habits that do not serve them. They confuse being busy with being productive. But focus brings clarity. It forces an honest evaluation of priorities. It eliminates anything that does not align with the bigger vision. It ensures that energy is directed toward what will actually make a difference. Focus is about controlling the mind. The biggest distractions are not external, they are internal. Fear, doubt, insecurity. These are the thoughts that pull people away from their purpose. They create hesitation, confusion, procrastination. They make people second guess themselves, waste time overanalyzing, lose confidence in their abilities. But focus trains the mind to stay locked in on the mission. It silences the noise. It replaces doubt with determination, fear with faith, hesitation with action. It creates a mindset that refuses to be shaken by negativity, by setbacks, by temporary failures. Focus is about managing time. Time is the most valuable resource, yet many people waste it without realizing. They spend hours on things that bring no progress. They let distractions steal their productivity. They tell themselves they will work on their goals later, but later never comes. But those who understand focus treat time with respect. They create routines, they set clear schedules, they eliminate anything that does not contribute to their growth. They understand that every moment wasted is a step further from their dreams. Focus is about consistency. It is not about working hard one day and taking the next day off. It is about showing up every single day with the same energy, the same intensity, the same commitment. Many people struggle because they lack consistency. They work hard when they feel motivated, but as soon as that motivation fades, they slow down, they lose momentum, they stop. But focus creates discipline. It ensures that action is taken regardless of mood, regardless of circumstances, regardless of whether motivation is present or not. It builds the habit of perseverance, of persistence, of unstoppable forward movement. Focus is about learning to say no. Not every opportunity is the right opportunity. Not every request deserves attention. Not every invitation needs to be accepted. Many people struggle with focus because they try to do everything, help everyone, be everywhere at once. But those who master focus understand that success requires sacrifice. They are not afraid to say no to things that do not align with their vision. They protect their time, their energy, their mental space. They do not allow distractions to pull them away from their goals. Focus is about pushing through obstacles. The journey to success is never smooth. There will be distractions, setbacks, challenges, failures. Many people lose focus because they let difficulties break them. They get discouraged. They start questioning if the struggle is worth it. They look for an easier path. But those who have true focus do not get shaken by obstacles. They expect challenges. They prepare for setbacks. They understand that focus is not about avoiding difficulties, but about pushing through them. Focus is about long-term vision. Many people fail because they focus only on what is happening right now. They let short-term comfort steal long-term success. They choose instant gratification over lasting results. They want quick wins, easy progress, fast success. But focus understands the power of patience. It recognizes that true success takes time. It stays committed to the bigger picture, even when results are not immediate. It does not get distracted by temporary struggles, temporary failures, temporary discomforts. It keeps moving forward, knowing that every step, every effort, every sacrifice is building something greater. Growth is not automatic. It does not happen just because time passes, just because effort is made, just because a goal is set. Growth is intentional. It requires a conscious decision to improve, to evolve, to become better every single day. It is a process that demands effort, commitment, and an unshakable mindset. Many people want to grow, but they are not willing to go through what growth requires. They want success, but they do not want to leave their comfort zones. They want to improve, but they do not want to change. But real growth does not come from doing what is easy. It comes from pushing beyond limits, from embracing discomfort, from constantly challenging what is possible. Growth begins with mindset. The way someone thinks determines the way they live. Some people have a fixed mindset. They believe their abilities, their intelligence, their potential are set. They believe success is for others, that talent is something people are born with, that they can only go so far. But those who truly grow have a growth mindset. They understand that skills can be developed, that knowledge can be expanded, that potential is not fixed. They see every challenge as an opportunity, every setback as a lesson, every failure as part of the process. They are not afraid to struggle because they know struggle is necessary for growth. Growth requires discomfort. No one grows inside their comfort zone. Comfort is easy. Comfort is safe. Comfort feels good. But comfort does not create progress. It does not build strength. It does not push limits. The greatest growth happens when comfort is left behind. It happens when fear is faced, when new challenges are embraced, when risks are taken. It happens when old habits are broken, when new skills are developed, when failure is accepted as part of the journey. Many people stay stuck because they refuse to be uncomfortable. They choose familiarity over growth, ease over progress, routine over transformation. But those who truly grow understand that discomfort is not the enemy, it is the catalyst. Growth demands learning. No one knows everything. No one has all the answers. The moment someone thinks they have nothing left to learn is the moment their growth stops. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who believe they have arrived. They are the ones who are always seeking to learn more, to improve more, to grow more. They read, they listen, they seek mentorship. They surround themselves with people who challenge them, who push them, who inspire them. They do not let pride keep them from gaining knowledge. They do not let ego stop them from asking questions. They do not let fear of looking foolish prevent them from seeking wisdom. Growth requires reflection. It is not just about moving forward. It is about understanding where progress is being made, where mistakes are happening, where improvements are needed. Many people stay the same because they never take time to analyze their actions. They repeat the same patterns, make the same mistakes, face the same struggles. But those who truly grow take time to evaluate. They ask themselves hard questions. They look at their failures not with shame, but with the intent to learn. They recognize what is working, what is not, what needs to change. They adjust, they adapt, they evolve. They do not let pride keep them from growth. Growth requires persistence. Nothing worth having comes easy. There will be obstacles, setbacks, failures, disappointments. Many people give up when things get hard. They quit when they do not see immediate progress. They stop trying when the results do not come fast enough. But growth is not about quick success. It is about lasting transformation. It is about pushing forward even when progress is slow. It is about staying committed even when doubt creeps in. It is about understanding that every step, no matter how small, is movement in the right direction. Those who grow are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who never stop. Growth is about accountability. It is about taking full responsibility for personal development. Many people blame circumstances, blame their past, blame others for where they are in life. They wait for opportunities to come to them, for someone to push them, for the perfect conditions to arrive. But growth does not happen by waiting. It happens by taking ownership. It happens by recognizing that no one else is responsible for success, for improvement, for progress. Those who grow do not make excuses. They do not wait for permission. They take action. They create their own opportunities. They do what is necessary, even when it is hard, even when it is uncomfortable, even when no one is watching. Growth is about surrounding yourself with the right people. No one succeeds alone. The people around either elevate or hold back. Many people fail to grow because they are surrounded by negativity, by small-minded thinking, by those who do not believe in pushing limits. But those who truly grow choose their circle carefully. They connect with those who inspire them, who challenge them, who push them to be better. They are not afraid to cut ties with negativity, to distance themselves from people who do not support their growth. They understand that energy is contagious, that mindsets are influenced by those around, that success is often a result of the environment created. Growth is a lifelong process. There is no final destination. There is no point where improvement stops. The moment someone stops growing is the moment they start falling behind. Those who achieve real success never stop seeking ways to improve, ways to evolve, ways to become better. They understand that growth is not just about career or wealth or skills. It is about character, about wisdom, about becoming the best version of themselves. They are never satisfied with just being good enough. They are always striving for more, pushing their limits, embracing the journey of becoming greater than they were yesterday.